I stand here today defeated by the simple fact my mental health is absolutely shot.
What more do you want from me?
Arsenal have single-handedly managed to heartbreak at least 5 million fans across the world. I'm just guessing that number. It could be more, could be less. But I mean, they're responsible. They're responsible for all the mental health issues. They're responsible for shirts being burned. They're responsible for people leaving the club completely and pursuing another sport. I think one of my friends left Sporting Arsenal to pursue darts. And I don't even consider that a sport. But imagine, this is what Arsenal has done. Arsenal have pushed the barriers of mental health to the point where my guys are supporting darts now. But yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another match prediction. We go up against Newcastle, and this one's going to be interesting because of all the things that have been going on around Arsenal in the last month, in the cursed month of April. So you want to stay tuned because we've got to talk about a lot of things. Now, Arsenal have had a torrid time. I've always said April is the cursed month, and it continues to show. Now, Arsenal are currently sitting on top of the table. This is, pre-Burnley and Man City recorded. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I've spoke to some Arsenal fans today. And again, the delusion still runs through our fan base. They actually think Burnley are going to turn over Man City. I'm going to tell you for free, it's not going to be happening. It's not me being negative, but we have to face reality. Man City on a high. Their win percentage in April is 79%. Burnley are on their way to championship. They've got nothing to play for anymore. And the way it looks, Man City are making a title push. Their title push is stronger than Arsenal's, even though they're still sitting 3 points behind with a game in hand. Arsenal, I don't know how the season's going to finish, I'll be honest. The Premier League, anything can happen. But what's happened now is that Arsenal, for another consecutive season, have to look at Man City and wait for a blimp. And that is a continuing theme year after year. Are Man City going to slip up? Can we capitalize? This shouldn't be happening. This should be a time where Arsenal look forward and say, we're going to win the league. Mathematically, we're not out. And I'm not saying we're not going to win the league, but there's a very, very strong chance we aren't. In my belief, I don't feel like we're cut out for the Premier League this year. It's not because of the players. I think it's because of the coaching. Because everything filters down. It starts from Arteta and then works its way down. He's had the resources. The resources aren't living up to their standards. And look, again, we're sitting second if we don't win the Premier League for another season. Can Arsenal fans handle that? I think majority of us are Arteta out if he does not bring in a trophy this season. I do want to see the Premier League more than the Champions League. Which one is more winnable? I feel like it'll definitely be the Premier League, only because Man City might have a hiccup. I don't think it will happen. And I feel like, knowing our luck, when Man City have a hiccup, we'll have a hiccup at the same time. Now, we've still got some tough fixtures coming up. And that is why we're here today, because we got Newcastle on Saturday, 5:30, a nice chill kickoff. And the good thing is that when we have early kickoffs, Arsenal don't do great. So this one's not too bad. I mean, the way we're going on this month, I think any kickoff time has been proven to be bad for us. But Newcastle are a team that's on the low. They've lost their last 4 games. They've lost their 4 games. They went out in the Champions League. They got a smashing of 7-2 by Barcelona. They lost recently to Bournemouth, who even beat us. They've lost to Palace 2-1. And the good thing is for us, well, I hope this will work out, because I said this last time and then we ended up losing, but we're playing at home. We've beaten Newcastle away, which I think is very, very tough. But I think Newcastle at home is probably easier to win in the ideal world if we're playing them. Yeah, you'd rather play them at home than away. They're still a team that I feel like is a big threat. Newcastle, they play very attacking football, and they've got some good players. They've got Gordon, they've got Sven Botman, they've got the midfield duo, Bruno Guimaraes and Sandro Tonali. If I had to compare them to Arsenal's midfield, I feel like Newcastle's midfield is better. Yeah. purely for the fact because they've got generals commanding that midfield. Yeah, Bruno's having a great season. I think anyway. Some people might say otherwise, but I feel like he's having a great season. Sandro Tonali, I've been watching him from Milan days. Quality player. We were interested in him at one point, and I feel like we should definitely break the bank to put him alongside Rice or even Bruno Guimaraes. But again, it'll be a hefty price, but I feel like their midfield is definitely better than ours. Their defense is probably their, I want to say it's their weak point, but I feel like their centre backs aren't as good as Arsenal's right now. Their attack can be better than ours, I'll be honest, because their front players actually step up. I mean, Will Osula, he's kind of stepping up to the plate now. Scored a cracker against Man United a few months ago. And I mean, he managed to get himself a little cheeky goal against Bournemouth. But he's somebody that could be a threat against Arsenal, I'll be honest. Any players that I feel like are weak link in Newcastle, again, I think it's just down to the coach. And I think on paper, they're not a bad team. They've got an Arsenal, Joe Willock on their bench as well. So if he scores, I mean, that is just like a nail in the coffin. Just imagine if he scores and they beat us. That's a nail in the coffin, honestly. But I feel like Arsenal versus Newcastle will be an interesting game. How are Arsenal going to look forward? Are they going to actually bounce back? They've yet to have a game where they actually bounce back, apart from the Sporting Lisbon. But even then, they weren't convincing. And then you go up against City the following week, and you get I wouldn't say smashed, but you lost. We actually had an opportunity to walk away at least with a draw. Kai Havertz missed that sitter of a header, and then we end up paying the price. But you have to just look forward now. The time's done. You can't reverse time. You don't have a second fixture of Man City. You just got to keep playing football. Who's going to carry on being perfect? Can we extend that goal difference? Because the way Man City are scoring right now, they're definitely outdoing Arsenal. Arsenal are struggling to get goals. And if you noticed in the last few games, they've only managed to score average like a goal a game. Bournemouth, 1 goal. Sunderland, 1 goal. Man City, 1 goal. Southampton, 1 goal. But these are the games where you should be battering teams. I wouldn't say Man City, of course, but getting that goal difference up. At one point, we had a bigger goal difference in Man City, and now they're literally a goal behind us. And I feel like they're going to brush past Burnley. They're going to at least score 5. Well, they're going to try to anyway. So when they sit level with us, they'll be above. And just imagine losing the league on goal difference. Like, that is just crazy as well. That's another one that I'm thinking about. But yeah, I feel like Arsenal, they need to definitely bounce back in this game. So we just got to look at it and see, again, what the team setup is. Arteta needs to stop favouring Ødegaard. He's come off an injury. Why is he playing 90 minutes? I still don't understand. But yeah, let's go through the team sheet. So David Raya in goal. Back 4, I'm going Mosquera. I feel like even though he got torched by Doku, he's slightly edging it over Ben White. Centre backs, I'm going with Saliba Gabriel. Left back in Capier. Centre mids, I feel like he's going to go with Declan Rice and go with Zubimendi. Number 10, I'm hoping it's going to be Eze. Left, Martinelli. Right, Saka. And I think Max Allen might come on as well. And then up front, I'm going to say Victor Gyökeres. If Havertz started, I wouldn't mind, because his pressing's quite good. I feel like, he managed to get us the goal against Man City purely from his press. His end product ain't great, but I don't mind Gyökeres coming on as a sub. But I feel like that team, we just got to see what happens, man. Honestly. Like, I don't know how to call it anymore, because the games I feel like we should be winning, we're losing. And the games that we're supposed to be losing, we are losing, like right now. But yeah, if we don't win this, honestly, like, just forget about the league. This is it done. Like, I think mathematically as well, Man City is going to go on a charge and then just take it home. There's not many games left, a handful of games. You've got to finish the season strong. This is what I'm trying to tell Arsenal and Arsenal fans. But yeah, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you've been on my journey here, I really appreciate you. We're almost hitting that 300 subscriber mark. I can't believe in such a short amount of time. The amount of support I've been getting. I really do appreciate you all. So yeah, let's see what happens on that Newcastle versus Arsenal game day on Saturday. I'll be doing a watch along for it, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled around 5 o'clock. So that's when I'll be starting the live. And yeah, hopefully I don't burn this shirt. Till next time.